all, how are you doing? Today we'll be having a very different conversation topic. Let us look at a recruiter's perspective, what they look for, how they screen the resumes. And for this conversation, we will be getting someone who's not only the top 10 recruiters in Spain, but also a published author, a founder, a YouTuber, has his own podcast, and is currently a principal recruiter at Booking.com Amsterdam. So please welcome Gianluca Rosania. But before that, do let us know how do you find our content in the comment section and do like, share, and subscribe if you like our content. So let's get the conversation started. So hi Gianluca, how are you doing today?
Hello, Megha. I'm fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I already introduced you to the audience that you are a founder, you are an author, you are an YouTuber, and you are a technical recruiter. You're the top 10 recruiter in Spain, and you are currently with Booking.com. So you hire a
That's
lot,
good.
and I basically want you to introduce yourself in your words.
Oh, I think you already said everything, but nothing. Hello, community. My name is Gianluca. I'm a recruitment expert with over 12 years of experience. Always curious, always thinking on ways of improving how we work and how make automate processes and make recruitment life easier, and therefore, of course, engineering, data, tech, data, product people lives easier at the same time. And nothing. I'm a passionate of changing people's lives. That's why I do what I do. Also, I was very bad with maths. I wish I could code a little bit more because I love it. But yes, this is a little bit more about me. Currently working at Booking.com as principal, foreseeing all tech recruitment, around 100 people and strategies and so on. So super happy to be here and share with you.
Great, great, Gianluca. So I wanted to understand you have been recruiting for different companies and basically which span across different countries, different geographies. So is there any
Right.
difference in the recruitment strategy in these countries or different geographies?
Yes. There's a lot of different strategies when you are trying to find talent. The first thing is that you need to understand your market, right? So if I was hiring for Spain, for Barcelona, or if I was hiring for right now the Netherlands, or if I was hiring in Latin America or in the United States, you always need to understand what are the advantages of your market, right? So, for example, the United States, what the US can offer to the possible candidates. The same with Spain, the same with the Netherlands, and so on. So, based on what you can offer, there are diverse strategies. And you have to understand first what your country offers, what it offers in terms of taxes. So, taxation is very important. If you're bringing candidates from one country to other, you need to understand that. So, taxation, you need to understand if the law it goes towards more the employers or the employees. So you are also with that around that, and you need to understand how the market behaves in terms of salaries, technology around, and so on. So in my point of view, you need to adapt your strategy based on first your market, then your product or service, whichever you are doing, of course, because it depends what you're doing. Of course, you're going to attract more or less. But I do think, and I'm pretty sure, and in my experience, I have always adapted to new strategies depending on the market and the product.
Makes sense, Gianluca. So basically, we recently saw that companies from EU have been hiring a lot from India. So going
You have an
for
amazing talent.
yeah. So why it started and what lies in the future, like regarding
Okay,
recruitment from India.
I believe the talent that lies in India and around the world in general, but in India, if we go specifically there, is immense. It's amazing. India has been always partnering with top companies around the world. It has been partnering in the US. It has been partnering super big companies, countries. We're also talking about Russia. I don't know, Yandex. Any company that comes to your mind, India has been a great partner for it. At the beginning, if we go historically, in my opinion, was that as the market behaves different salaries, different ways, when big companies needed talent, good talent, and faster, years and years and years ago, right? They looked for markets in which they had talented people and in which they could, of course, afford and hire people, right? And India was one of those great places to hire, and it continued to be because the talent is continue developing. Your schools are amazing schools and universities around the world. So that gave the software industry and all the tech industry all the guns and everything needed that for us to hire, right? So I believe that it's something that comes from history, and that you have taken history with you all over these years. So you always have been really good. You are an example. You worked at Microsoft, now at Apple, and like this happens around. I also have a lot of colleagues at Booking from India. So actually, I hired one senior PM the other day from India. So yes, I think you have an amazing talent. It came from historic background that the big companies wanted to externalize some services, and then the country itself took the talent forward. So yes, it's a great place to go for talent, in my
Thank
opinion.
you. Thank you, Gianluca, for appreciating Indian so much, for appreciating me. But I really had one question. Is Brexit responsible in any way for this new trend?
It's part of it. I think if we are analytical enough, we will understand that every situation that changes the market in which you operate. You were highlighting that around 13% of the EU population went apart when Brexit went out, and this, of course, means that if you're just thinking at recruitment, right, your market already went a 13% down. It depends on many companies that, for example, Booking and great companies do visas, right? So when you have working visas and they have all their relocation package, I think it does not affect that much, because still you will get people from the UK, you will get people from India, from Italy, from Ecuador, it will be the same, right? But for companies that are growing, startups, I don't know, middle-aged companies that do not have the resources to do work permits and so on, for them was the most impact, I will say. But for big companies, I think no. I think it's thoroughly on talent around big companies.
Got it. Makes sense, Gianluca. So one of the thing which audience really wants to know, what do you actually look for in resume? How you screen? What are the challenges? And what is the maybe top 5 things you look in the resumes while screening profiles of potential candidates?
This is a very good question. So every hiring manager wants a golden apple, wants the perfect candidate, a candidate that can do everything. And the idea of a good recruiter is to bring market data and internal data and show the hiring managers what's possible, to then, of course, have real expectations. Once you already have a real expectation, in my point of view and under my experience, of course, this could change company by company and recruiter by recruiter. But once you understand the profile, I have recruited for all fronts, tech, data, design, everything, platform. I have experience with everything. So every time, once you understand what the role needs, my recommendation is read the job description. And in the job description, you will find the must-haves and the nice-to-haves. Those nice-to-haves are your entry door. So I will always look that my candidates have at least three of five, let's say 3 out of 5 of those skills that my hiring manager is looking for. And what I do, it has been different, right? At my previous experience at Globo, I was sourcing a lot. So I was looking for candidates a lot because we were not that big. At Booking, everyone comes, so I need to screen rather than source. But in both times, I look for those 3 to 5 skills that are stated on the job description the hiring manager needs. And I try to look that they have at least 2 to 3 years, depends on the role, 5 years, 2, 3, 5 years, on the same role that I'm looking for, right? Sometimes it could be a role that it's similar and it can be the same, but you always want to look for the same kind of experience, unless it's a junior role, of course, that changes everything. So 3 to 5 skills that you read in job description, so that those are essential, and that your job name and your responsibilities are, if not the same, very, very similar to what we're looking for. So senior backend engineer, that's one thing. But if I'm looking at senior backend engineer that has worked on platform, working for the developers and has this experience, for example, and you have also that, I will go rather for that candidate than just for the backend. And this is also because, for example, I'm handling right now 20 requisitions at the same time. So I have 20 hiring managers that want their hires for yesterday. And imagine that, Megha. My recruitment capacity is 25 interviews per week. Like that, I can manage my time and so on. So imagine that I want to deliver well. I do five interviews per role. And in 1 week, I need more weeks to deliver to them all, right? So it's also a thing about balancing the work as a recruiter. So it's 2 things. But what I'm looking for, 3 to 5 skills, the same experience, and that's it. We screen very fast. Normally we have 30 seconds or 1 minute screening, so we need to be fast.
So, do you prefer short resumes over the longer ones? Like you suggest
Normally,
anything on that
yes.
as well?
I will be super sincere. If you have 400 applicants or 200 applicants and you need to get them through, you have sometimes 15 seconds to cause an impression. And when you are already an experienced recruiter, you can put Control F, okay, classic Control F, and search for the keywords.
Right.
So in 30 seconds, I'm able to screen a CV. And it got my attention, and it's like a little bit, maybe 1 minute, but that's already 1 minute for me. It's good time, but you need to catch up the attention in 10 seconds. Your curriculum has to tell me in 10 seconds that you are fit for the role. Right. All the super details, I will get them through once I already said, yes, this candidate looks nice, and then I start. So yes, right. I will say, get it short, concise, call my attention, have the keywords.
Right, got it. I'll just reiterate that. So basically, while reading the job description first, we should see that we have the must-haves, and then we should have at least 3 to 5 good-to-haves, and we should make our resume in such a format that the keywords are properly highlighted and the recruiters are able to screen it, even if they have 10 to 15 seconds per resume. So that is exactly what we need. Exactly. Right. Normally, they say 1 to 2 pages CVs are good. Is a good resume. Right, Gianluca. So now let's talk about you. You are a founder, you are an author, you are an YouTuber, you are doing this many, the recruitment the challenges you just mentioned. So how do you get that energy and, motivation? What is the secret behind that? It's hard. It's about discipline. I think discipline and working the time that many people is sleeping, maybe, or taking time off. Like sometimes you don't have time off, and you work on that time. But the main thing, I think, it's passion. When you're passionate about doing something, you get to have more energy, even if you're depleted at the end of the day. And I have done many things, but for example, I did a YouTube channel with over 30 videos. In my humble recruitment words, of course, I'm learning technology. I love technology, but I try to explain technology for recruiters, for example, because there are many recruiters that cannot talk one-on-one with you guys. So what I was looking was to teach them, but I made 30 videos and then I finished because time-wise, it's very hard, as you say. Then, for example, I made a podcast where I tried to discover about principal software engineers, principal site reliability engineers, product managers, and principal roles, and so on. I made
eight episodes, and they move forward. I created two books. One was it's actually it's around here. This. It's called El Camino. It's a book based on coaching. So actually, younglings from 16, 17, 18 years old can find, based on their own questions, coaching questions, what they want to do with their lives, with their paths. This is something that I've been working for 10 years. So it's not that you just I just wrote the book in 1 year and that's it. No, I have been doing. So I think it's always being passionate about what you do, trying to uh, how do you say, unify dots. So if you have a friend that is a software engineer, you have a good idea, and you have a friend that is a UX designer, like, hey guys, I have this idea, let's go 30, 30, 30. Don't think about the money, think about the product, the passion, what you want to do, and you make it happen. Like that, we created also a recruitment methodology that we gamified, and we made an app called Project Guy. Actually, we'll try to find, but everything was about being a team, um, and doing together. So yes, I think being passionate, and sometimes you need to rest. I haven't been contributing too much lately. Right now, I have more time, so I'm here with you. But it's about balance also. Never forget to rest.
Right. So, yeah, I think the goal is one thing, but then the journey is very important. And if you are passionate about something, you enjoy doing that, then you will get that energy. That is what I think you're coming
Totally,
from. And
totally agree.
I also want to know your interest in sports. Like, I know everyone from EU is interested in football. I have zero knowledge of football, but I really want you to throw some light on that for our viewers and me.
Nice. Yeah, so basically, my father, I was born in Ecuador. I will show you something that is very personal as we're talking. Uh, I was I was born in Ecuador, and my father was from Italy, so he always talked about football, and I developed this football passion. I played semi-professional football in Ecuador. That it's much more humble, I will say, not as big as here in Europe or in other countries. And when I had 10 years, 12 years old, my father went to Italy, to Conegliano, where my family is from, and there was a famous soccer player of a team called Juventus, called Alessandro Del Piero. And I remember that I asked my father the James Bond car with the missiles and stuff, and he didn't brought me the car. So I was very sad. And suddenly he said, "Hey, open the bag." So I said the bag, and it was this shirt that said Del Piero. And he said, turn it around. And then it says, you will see just some signs, but it says, a Gianluca con simpatía, Alessandro Del Piero. It's a Gianluca with love, Alessandro Del Piero. I was 12 years old, and I said, no way, it's amazing. One of the greatest players of Italy signed the shirt for me. And since then, I love football. I tried to play professional. I broke my knee. And then I tried to study. I made an MBA in Barcelona in sports management, also to understand, created a startup, really quick, failed. It was an app to basically get your food and your beverages directly to your seat, something that is happening already in the States. But I learned a lot there, and so on. And now I just like it as a hobby. But I love sports. Yes.
Great, Gianluca. So, any interest in cricket as well, since you are interacting so much with Indians these days?
I would love to learn. If you invite me, I would love to go and learn and play together. I'm always open to learn. I think everything, all sports that unite people and make you share are amazing. Even if you think about tennis or boxing, it's not like you share with a whole team, but you share with a coach, you share with your sparring friend, and so on. So sports unite people. So that's them. If you invite me, we play cricket.
Sure, definitely me and my husband, and you can play cricket. I can learn with you. Yeah. So
Amazing.
it was to close the session. I would like to you to quote something for the budding engineers or for people like me in the industry. What we should focus more on. Like you said, resting is important, passion is important. You have done so much in your life. So can you give some uh, key takeaways for all of us that we can follow and we can make big like you?
I think we are all big, but
But
I, I loved Stephen Hawking. That's his biography also was one of my favorite books. And he, apart from having the ELA, I don't know how to say it in English, the ELA, he always said, even if my body is like super bad, I'm happy because I can use my brain, and it's all that I need. When he was developing his ideas and the Big Bang theory, and writing the books and so on. So I think all the people in tech in a way are creators. You are making this world happen. I'm just looking for you. I wish I will be like you. So you are the creators. You are making this world evolve. You are making this world better. So I think concentrate on what makes you happy, are passionate about. Okay, keep learning, never stop learning, and do what you love. I think that's the key. That's the key.
okay, Gianluca, that was actually very nice. Like, keep doing whatever you love and try to balance
Yes,
everything. And that is how I think you do everything par excellence. Where even if your startups were quick fail or something, but you have tried your hand at everything, you don't have any regrets. That is something which we can learn from. That never have
exactly.
regrets. Try at least
Exactly.
and try whatever you like doing. So yeah, that is how I think you will
Exactly.
reach par excellence in all the things you do.
Exactly. Um, One thing that came to my mind about recruitment: always try and not apply 20 roles in a company. Max 2 to 3 that you believe are good to
Fit
your
for you.
profiles. Never do 20 or 30, because sometimes for time and so on, this does not look good. Also, just to add, because it can help in your
Right,
journey to
right.
find new companies and products and tech and experiences.
Right, right, Gianluca. This was an important, point because sometimes budding engineers or even us, we'll apply for multiple roles just because we want to get into a company. So it's better to,
Yeah,
go and find out whatever fits us or whatever we are looking for, and we are. So that match is important. So yes,
and
this is an
network.
important.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
and network.
Networking. In long story short, I had the podcast of Principal, and I was networking with somebody that told me that met Guido von Rossum long ago, and I was like, no way, really? And because I met that person gave me the contact of Guido, and I talked with him to invite him to the podcast. And for me, for example, it was something personal, but again, I talked with Guido von Rossum, and for me was a learning experience just because I networked. I met Leo Messi in
Oh,
person in his house because I networked. I'm living in Barcelona because I networked. So
right,
network
right.
also. Network.
Yes,
That's another
yes,
way.
yes.
Good
So
way.
yeah, anyone to make it big or being successful, it is to have two things: quality and branding. So yes, you talked about quality, that okay, you will have the must have and nice to have stuff or skills, and then making your resume and applying for the roles where you actually fit in or what you really want to do, and then the branding, the networking, that people and you have those connections where you can actually showcase your work or pass on your resume. And as you said, because of that networking, you have reached here and you have even met Lionel Messi in person. So
Anyway,
yes, definitely. So
it's
yeah,
it's it's true.
I think even if we are from different geographies, it's like almost I mean, whatever is the route to success, it's similar. Whatever you said and whatever
Yes.
we have heard in our country or from our, seniors or whoever, is like almost the same. So it doesn't even matter if we are, born and brought up in different geographies. If you are passionate about something and you're logical enough to act upon a few things, you will get there, right?
Exactly. That's the key. And
Right,
we always will learn. Even if we fail, we always will learn. So
right, Right,
Let
right.
keep on going.
Right, right. Actually, there's a sentence, where you can put any of the two, success or failure. Like if you have a sentence with a blank in it, you can put any of the two, failures and success. So failures or success are just milestones to your journey, in the journey. So
Exactly. I cannot agree more with you, Megha.
right,
It's part of the journey, and
right.
that's life, right?
That's life,
It's
right?
part of it.
Right, right. So
Amazing.
no one should be, scared of the failures. So failures will lead you to your end goal, and even success will lead you. And failures, in fact, are the stepping stones for success. Right,
Exactly, because that means that we at least went out of our comfort zone, and
right,
when we every time that we go out of our comfort zone, we will grow. And I
absolutely.
totally agree. Totally agree.
Absolutely, Gianluca. So it was a wonderful conversation with you, and I had the pleasure,
Likewise.
hosting you. I'm so thankful that you took out time from your busy schedule for me. And
Oh,
if
it's a pleasure, Meha.
yeah, and if we get time, we'll
Networking.
again. Yeah, absolutely. If we get time, we'll do something again. I'll come with more specific
Please,
questions. Viewers, you can put in the description
please,
if you
please.
want something. If you can put in the
Of course.
comments if you want me to do something specific with Gianluca, maybe on booking.com or Globo, and I can do
Yeah.
another session with him.
Yeah. And also, if anyone wants a connection at Globo or at Booking, or just to understand a little bit better how Spain works, or Netherlands, or anything, just hit me up. I will be more than happy. I will leave my details to Meja, or you can add me on LinkedIn, and we can
Sure.
be over there.
Sure. We will definitely add Gianluca's profile in our description. So you can hit him up and you can add him. Thank you,
Thank you,
Gianluca.
Meja, for having me. It has been an amazing pleasure sharing with you. I think life is real, happiness is real when shared, right? So thank you
Right.
again, and I hope you have an amazing and beautiful day.
Thank you. Same to you, Gianluca. See you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.